Hello, my crafty friends. We are here again tonight on this Monday, February 2nd, Groundhog Day. And I don't like his results, but they had a meme on Facebook that said his ex-wife said he's a chronic liar. Thought it was funny. Anyway, this is mystery card number 50. Excuse me, I must have dyslexia with this number. I have said it so many times. It's mystery card 85, not 58, 85. And I hope you like the card I make. And please say hello, give me a thumbs up, share, whatever you would like to do. And once you're on, please say hello. I always like to know who's here. And I like to know who is creating along with me. I like to know that as well. So I'm Michelle Deshane, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in South Carolina. And I love doing mystery card, along with a bunch of other stuff. So tonight I am featuring Hobby Haven, which is a 12 by 12 paper of all kinds of different hobbies. I absolutely love it. That was, when I saw that in the book, I said, that is definitely one I'm going to get. And the other one, hi Susan. The other one I said I got to get is on display. So I'm going to be using one of the sentiments from here. I have yet to make this whole thing, but I just thought this was the neatest thing. I have a book club of ladies. We meet. They're actually my card making ladies, and we pick a book each month, and then once a month. Hi, Deanne, watching from Oregon. And we have a book club along with our card class. And on the week that we decide to do our review of our book, hi, Michelle. I make a card related to the book we just finished reading. So it's a fun thing. So when I saw this and this, I said, oh God, this has to be the best. Okay, so I'm going to be using that as my stamps. And I'm using this paper. I fussy cut a bunch of stuff out. I also used some of the press out things that were in the pack. So let's quickly review what I asked you to make. How's the weather in Pennsylvania, Susan? How about you, Jeanne? And of course, Michelle, I don't know where you're from, but how's the weather up there? South Carolina doesn't normally have snow, but we got a little over 2 inches, probably 2.5. And most of it is gone, but we still have a little bit here and there. Oh, Jeanne prepped with the cutest bugs. I love that DSP too. It's cold in PA, Michelle. Ooh. Okay, so what I asked you to have ready was a card base that's 5.5 by 8.5 standard card, scored at 4 1/4, and then one of basic beige, white, or vanilla for the inside is 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, Susan and you live near each other. Cold snow this week, yeah. And then a piece of scrap for sentiment. You wanted some coordinating card stock, different from the base, 4 by 5 1/4, and then another piece, 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And this one you want to score at 1/4 inch on that 3 1/4 side. And then a different piece of coordinating DSP, 3 3/4 by 5, and then a second coordinating DSP at 2.5 by 2 3/4. Fussy cut ephemera or stamped images to fit an area about 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. Liquid glue or dimensionals, stamp set or sets for sentiments, greetings, and images. Coordinating inks. Hi, Tony. Coordinating embellishments, and it's a simple fun fold card. Okay? So, clue number 1 says fold and burnish your edges. So let me get my stuff over here. This is that little piece I asked you to cut and score. And this is the card itself. So I'm going to fold this and burnish it. Tony, are you working along with us tonight? I know Vesta said she might be a little late. She had a doctor's appointment today. Okay, and then this one. Always make sure that it's lined up at the ends before you burnish it. Okay, so that's the end of number 1. Yes, you are. Good, Tony. Okay. Clue number 2. Center and adhere the 2 3/4 by 3 1/4 on the inside back of the card. So you're going to decide whether you want it smack in the middle, down towards the bottom, more up towards the top, whatever you'd like to do. We are going to fill this up with those ephemera cutout things. So some of them might come up a little higher, some might go down a little lower. So the one I made, I did it slightly closer to the bottom. So I think I'm going to do that again. So make sure that you've got this right flush with the edge. Okay. Let me get my glue. Because if you don't have this right flush with the edge, when you close this, it's going to be in the way. So make sure that you can even have your fold go over a smidgen like that. Just a smidgen. Make sure it's straight though. Mine isn't. It makes it easier to fold it over the cover after. So see how I have a slight over the edge? That's probably your best way to do it. Okay? That way when we close the card, this is going to go right over it. Okay? So let's make sure that's good and straight and stuck. Then it says, center and adhere the 2 1/2 by 2 3/4 DSP on that flap. So, let me find that. I used everything from that Hobby Haven. All my papers came from that. So one side is bigger than the other by just a little bit. Make sure you're putting it in the right direction, the right direction. Okay. Center that and glue that. Okay. I already have glue on my fingers. Doesn't take much. And I'll turn this around and do this side. Hopefully it didn't move. You're not going to see too much of this paper, but you will see a little bit. So first, when I made my first one, my prototype, I didn't put any DSP on it. And then when I was getting ready to stick down all the little pieces, I said, oh, that doesn't look good. I don't want to see the cardstock. I want to see something else. So before I glued it down, I added the DSP. Okay. So that's the end of clue number 2. Clue number 3 says, center and adhere the 4 by 5 1/4 to the inside, covering up this tab. Now, if you want to do a sentiment, now's the time to do that. And you know what? I didn't even cut myself one for the inside. But stamp a sentiment if you want a sentiment on the inside. I forgot to do that one. I'm going to go cut one. 4 by 5 1/4 while you guys do that. 4 by 5 1/4. By 5 1/4. I am not going to put a sentiment right now, because those of you that know me know I wait until I decide what it's going to be for. So, oh, I got a bent edge here. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the inside, just like you. This is kind of a simple card, but I think when we put all the embellishments, all the, what's the word I want? All the ephemera and stuff on it, it's going to really make a big difference in the card. Okay, so that step is done. Now center your 4 by 5 1/4 coordinating DSP on the front. That's number 2 of 3. And I got those little edges from my cutting, so I got to get rid of those. Those make me crazy. I hate for that to show. So if you just run your fingernail down it, they go away. Okay, so center this on the front. Okay, everybody with me? This is Petal Pink, and this is Lost Lagoon, because there's Lost Lagoon in here, and there's Petal Pink in some of my pieces I'm putting on. I don't know why I have shaggy edges. I just changed my blade. Okay, so this is what we have right now. Now it says, center and adhere your 3 3/4 by 5 inch DSP. So I chose this one because I thought it went well with my Petal Pink card base. Okay, that looks even. Hi, Marilyn. Are you watching, or are you going to create with us? Glad to see you all. Got a good group tonight. The only regular missing is, is Vesta. Okay, that's what we got so far. Okay, so that's the end of clue number 3. Number 4, I guess I jumped ahead. I must have put that in 2 different spots. So we're adhering, watching for now, just got done food shopping and made dinner. Good. We eat dinner early on Mondays because of my live. So obviously skip number 1. We did that. Now it says to audition your pieces. So what I'm going to do is open this up so I can have a flat surface to try. So I decided to do the sewing one tonight, and I'll show you the other one I did, my prototype. But I decided to do the sewing one. So these are the pieces I cut out. This is sewing needles and rickrack and my sewing machine, iron, tape measure, scissors, a pattern, and of course your mannequin or whatever you call this, dress form. So I am going to see how I would like this. But because these are my 2 biggest, I am going to do them first. I think I might like that. I'm making dinner now too. Multitasking. And I think I'll put my iron here. I'll try it there for now. And I don't know. Maybe I'll put these over here so I don't have such a big empty spot. And maybe the rickrack over here. Scissors. And then maybe this will go in here. No, that doesn't look too bad. Looks like I got some glue on the back of my card. Which I am not surprised at. Okay. Not sure I like that. I'm not sure I want all my big ones at the top. So I'm going to try that a little different. Let's put my sewing machine at the bottom. Keep this at the top. And it can go off the edge a little bit, just not too much. So I think I'm going to try the sewing machine down here. And the iron. And definitely you can put them off the sides, on the insides and stuff. It's my pattern, so I think I might do that here. Yeah, that might work. Take this out for now. Then let's put my rickrack, oops, maybe down here. You gotta have those scissors here. Tape measure. And my needles. Make a little more room in between here. I think I like that better because I had all my heavy stuff at the top, so I like it more at the bottom, you know, split. So now what I did was I picked, like, in this case, I picked the pattern, the dress form, and the bottom of the sewing machine. I'll glue those down flat. then I'd have to put my iron up on top, which I don't like. So I'm going to do my pattern, my pattern, my iron, and the dress form. I'm going to put those down flat. And then the others I'll put dimensionals underneath to lift it, okay? So let's try to remember where those were. It's up there. That was up there. And I want the sewing machine up high too. Okay, so I'm going to start with my dress pattern. Actually, pantsuit pattern. Just make sure if you're making it go over the edge, you don't have glue there. Okay, let me double check that. Okay, that's going to be good. And then the dress form is going to be here. So I only want to put glue down this way. Okay. Let's move that over more. So I want that to go off a little bit on the edge, just a little bit. Okay. So other than sewing machine, this too, I'm not using that, but everything else I had to fussy cut. So I am going to put dimensionals behind here. Little ones. Oh, did I leave one? Oh, my pin cushion, I forgot. Gotta have a pin cushion. See if I can find some big ones here. I'll cut some. Glad to get rid of this this piece. I've been cutting pieces off the edges for so long. So before I do that, I want to put my iron. I want to put my iron on here. And this had a cord that plugged in, but it was too much. I took one off the edge of the paper, so I just cut the end of the cord off. Nobody's going to know. So I'm going to put this one down flat. Then the rest are going to be dimensionalized. Let's go right around here because I got to put that big sewing machine on. Okay. Still give me plenty of room? Yeah. Okay, so let's add these. Put that right in the middle. Okay.
Mike and Marcy.
That's my older brother from New Hampshire. I tell him all the time, do not call me on Monday nights. Oh, okay. He still does. Okay. So now this is going to go, I want it off a little bit. And then crook it a little bit too. Okay. Then, did I put that here? I don't remember now. I think I did. So let's put some little ones on that. Gotta have some rick-rack. I don't think anybody uses rick-rack anymore. How are you doing with the snowfall? Did you ever have shovels? Did you even have shovels? We had shovels only because we lived up north. We lived in New Hampshire and then in Connecticut.
Marcy.
So yes, we had shovels. That wasn't a problem. But it wasn't really enough to shovel. It was about 2.5 inches, and by the next day, it was already starting to melt. So it really wasn't anything to worry about. Okay, so now I got to try these again because I don't remember what I did. Let me see. That's too much pink together. And then let's put the pincushion in there, which I forgot. So I am going to put dimensionals on this. So yeah, we didn't have to shovel. How about you, Marilyn? I just found it funny. Everybody was panicking. They can't even drive in the sun. I just stayed away from the. I just didn't drive anywhere because I didn't want to deal with them. And John almost threw our shovels away when we were getting ready to move. I said, no, just take the shovels. So we did. We didn't take the snowblower. We sold that. Okay. This is going to go, I want it this way. This is going to go here. And then, got my pin cushion, my needles, and my scissors. I don't know, I might decide to glue down the sewing needles. I like to have dimension, like some up, some down. And where these are all up, this is probably a better idea to do down. And then this one's going to be up too. So, probably cut off a piece of this. Let's do that.
Mike and Marcy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to do the artist one, but there really wasn't enough stuff on the cutouts, the things that were cut out already. So I had to pick something else. Look how cute that is. We had 12.8 inches from the second storm. It had never melted from the previous storm of 6 inches. Wow, nothing has melted yet, too cold. Well, our nights are getting really cold. Like they're in the teens, which is unusual for here. But during the day, it's been getting back up to the mid to high 30s, even maybe as much as 40. So that's what helped us, because we would still be in the same position as you're in. Now I need to put something else on there, because that is sticking up and it's not going to work. See if I can do this now that it's stuck down. Got it. Yeah, that is cute. I like that. I like that. Okay, is that everything I had? Good. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Isn't that cute? I love it. I think I'm going to glue this down because I just bent it when I was turning it. So that's going to need some stability. Maybe that one too, just in case. I don't think it'll hurt anything. Oops. Okay. Especially where this is kind of hanging off the edge a little bit there. Okay, isn't that cute? I love it. I love it. Okay, when you're happy with the placement, adhere your pieces. Michelle said she had 10 inches from freezing rain over it. Wow, 10 inches of freezing rain? Oh no, you had snow, 10 inches, and then you got freezing rain over it. Oh my God, that's horrible. Yeah, this storm has been storm of the century, they're saying. That is adorable. I love it. Okay, so that is the end of number 4. I'm going to save that and maybe put it in. Number 5 says, stamp a sentiment on your scrap piece and add dimensionals and place it on the card as desired, like maybe up here or wherever you, depending on how high you put yours. If you put it in the middle, you might be able to put it there. If you put it towards the bottom, you can put it there. I wish we had more stamps that went the other way, because I would love to make this set go that way. Tony says she had about 15 inches. Wow. Still have a lot of it here. Was actually warm today, but still low temps. Wind chill is a killer. Yes. It was for us during the storm. The wind chill was unbelievable. Okay, so now I've got to do my sentiment, which, let me see. You deserve all the good stuff. You've been on my mind. Your birthday for the books. Only if I use the books I would do that. Treat yourself. You're the best, just for you. I think you deserve all the good stuff. I think it'd be good. So I put them both in the same folder now, which is nice, but when you get to pull them out, it's kind of tricky sometimes. Okay. So you deserve all the best. Let me find that one. You deserve all the best right here. Okay. I don't think this will fit. Too small. Use my bigger one. Let's put it on the line so I can see that it's pretty straight. Okay. And this has not been used yet, so I am going to get my ouch. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. And clean it, because it has oil on it when you first get them. We had icing too. Couldn't clear the snow because it froze solid on top. Driveway was done, but no walkways. Yeah. This has been quite the storm, huh? All the way up to New England. Talked to my son between the ice storm and this last storm, and he lives in New Hampshire, and he had 22 inches of snow, and it wasn't quite done snowing. It looked like it was letting up, but I said, oh, good luck. Okay, I want Lost Lagoon with this. I can find it. I haven't used it in a while. There it is. And I think I'm going to fussy cut it. Only if I don't get it straight, I'm all set. Lost Lagoon was always one of my favorite colors. Everybody used to say, oh, I love Pool Party. I always loved Lost Lagoon. Okay. Very good. Need my stamp. Everybody with me? Are you done? Actually, that came out pretty straight, huh? Okay. So I figure because this is kind of a crafty card, I thought it would be cute to do fussy cut like this. If I can make it nice. If I can. Sometimes the scissors and the paper collide. Oh, don't go down too low. Not bad. I don't like the way the D is. It needs to come down a little bit more. There. There, that looks cute. So now I'm going to put this on here with dimensionals. I think I'll be able to use 2 of these. I'm still deciding on the sentiment for my bug card. It's pretty cute. Good, I can't wait to see it. So let me... Sometimes when I make a card, I know exactly what sentiment I want, but then there's other times when I'm like, I don't know, what do I want? So sometimes I definitely leave the inside out. Sometimes I leave the front off too. So let's see if I can get this nice and straight. Been having a hard time with straight lately. I love this. I just love the colors, just so pretty together. Very nice. Add dimensionals and place on your card front. That's the end of number 5. And number 6 says, embellish as desired. So I had originally thought about using these. Yeah, maybe the brown would go with it. So I do have some colors of brown. Yep, I will. I was thinking the orange, but I think I don't like that now. I see it together. Okay, so let me do, and I'm going to take my bone folder and press on this a little bit more. See if I can keep that, get that fold a little tighter. Okay. Okay, so let's use some of the brown. I think I'm going to put one up here. I'm going to put it up there. I got to put it on the lines. Okay, I'll use a bigger one. What's going to do here? So I'll put it on top of that brown spot. Oh, I like that. Yep. And then, do I want another small one? And let's do one over here. Make sure I'm on the lines. There. I do like this. This is really cute. This is very cute. So if you've got a friend, thank you, Laurie. If you've got a friend who sews, perfect card for them. So I was thinking about putting this on the inside because I got the pattern. Oops, pattern's over there. Because I got the pattern over there, so this can look like this is what I made. So I'm going to put that on the inside. How you doing, Laurie? Did you get a lot of snow? Try to make that straight. There. Now I got a card that's ready. I do like it. So let me show you the one I made as my prototype. I wanted to do the artist, like I told you, but I couldn't find enough artist stuff, even with fussy cutting. So I chose to do the cooking one. So I used the same base color, only I used the green instead because it was green in there, and that matched with that. And the dark green matched with this. So then I could say happy birthday, or it's your birthday. I'm good. We got about 18 inches in Nashua, New Hampshire. Lucky you. And then on the inside, I put a cupcake. So I did all this baking to make you a cupcake for your birthday. The eggs and the... Now this one this was on the edge of my paper, but I didn't want to waste it. So it has a... You can see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a straight line because it was off the edge of the paper. So I said, you know what? I'm taking that one. It's not going to show under my pot. And then there was something about the blender too. Oh, the blender was off the bottom, was right at the edge of the paper. So I just made sure to cover it over. So that is my cooking one. And this is my sewing one. Cute, huh? I like it. You want to make sure you don't go over too much because it'll bend in shipping. But yeah, totally different colors, totally different theme. I have to run, but we'll watch the rest later. Thank you for the template. Loving your card. Thank you, Deanne. Have a good one. Don't run on any ice. Okay, both nice cards. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn. Cute cards, fun layout. Yeah, it's a simple layout, but when you change it up like this, it's totally different, you know? Totally looks different. And you could always put some more of the DSP on this side if you wanted to. I've got more glue over there. If you wanted to have, whatever you put on the front, you could put on the back here just to make it more dressed up. I thought about doing it, but I thought, you know what? I think this is fine. So that's my card this week, number 58. There, I did it again, 58, 85. Now your Simple Fun Full card is complete. Take a picture of it and post it on Michelle's Craft Cottage in the comments. I really, really do love seeing the green one is pretty. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, I think they each have their own identity. I like them both. So make sure you post it. Thank you for joining me on mystery card number 85, not 58. I hope to see you next time on 86. But it won't be next week, it'll be the week after, because next week's my quilt club. I should bring this with me to quilt club. Give it to our president or something. So I'll see you on the 16th at 7 o'clock. Be sure to say hello, comment, and or like, and please share my video if you can. Thank you very much, everybody. Got a nice group tonight. I love it. Lots of comments and lots of interaction. I love it. I thank you very much for joining me. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Have a good week. I may talk to you during the week or see you during the week. But have a wonderful week. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.